Hey y'all, and welcome to a good Sunday here in Kentucky. My name's Zach, and this is Stivers Homestead. So today we are getting ready for winter. Well, actually we've been getting ready for winter for a while, but this weekend's been really heavy hitting because tomorrow night it's gonna be like low 20s, like we're going to freeze. So there's a lot of things that we need to do. We spent the weekend going down to Knoxville and getting the kids all ready, jackets, clothes, stuff like that. Getting them ready for the winter season, make sure they had the clothes that they need. Got them some new boots and all that good stuff. And now today we're starting out with getting a chicken smoking because it is still mildly temp. It's very nice, not too cold, but definitely not hot. So we're gonna smoke a chicken today, and then we've got to get some other stuff done. And I thought it'd be good for you all to see kind of what we do to prepare for that winter season. All right, and then here we are going to prep our chicken for smoking while the charcoal's getting warmed up. So I use the charcoal just on the small grill, but then I'll have some of our smoke wood that I'll put on top of it to get our smoke. So I have washed the chicken, just kind of rinsed it off, got some of that excess blood and stuff off, patted it dry. Now I'm just rubbing it with a little olive oil. Now that I've already touched the chicken, I don't want to put my hands on the top there. Definitely don't want any kind of cross-contamination going on. All right, and then today's seasoning, we're gonna use one of ours. We're gonna use the Hog and Cluck Spice Blend. So we're gonna put that all over it, and that's what's gonna be smoked up in there this round. And if you are preparing a little bit more to smoke this, we decided today we were gonna do this. I would have rubbed it down yesterday, so this could all have been sitting in there and marinating overnight, but it'll be all right. You just want to give it a good heavy dose of your seasoning there so you can get a nice little crisp edges all around it. All right, so that's good. Now we just wait for the grill to get ready. Okay, well that's getting ready. You see I probably hardly have any that's in there. It's primarily gonna be wood, that's just part of the heat source. But while that's doing that, we need to go get some wood for multiple reasons. I'm gonna load up Buzz. I need to get some wood on the porch for our house. Because we're gonna have a fire here in the next couple of days. Need to get some wood down at the store for the wood burning stuff down there. And then I need some wood for smoking the chicken. It's my favorite tree. I love it. All right, let's get in Buzz. That's also on the project list today too. Okay, so we're up here in the old barn, and there's a couple things I wanted to show you on other stuff that we prep to get ready for winter. We've talked about the wood and make sure that you have plenty of that. There's no such thing as enough wood, so never think that you've got it covered for the winter. You never know what the year is going to throw you, so always be collecting wood however you need to do it. Primarily with us, we have so many storms throughout the year and so many tall trees. We have a lot of down trees in our woods, so we just go search them out and find them and get them cut up. That's been Jed's primary project here of late. So we've got quite a good pile that's going on, a lot that's split, a lot that still needs to be split. But here's something else we did this past week. Hay. So this is 137 bales of hay you see in here. It might not look like it, but it's because we're really good at Tetris. But we got that. That'll last us close to 3 months of hay for all the animals that we have. And this is how I know that. So we do 2 bales a day, 1 bale for the goat area and 1 bale for the cattle. So now that we're in the winter and our grass has pretty much died back, there's not a lot of stuff for them to be eating. They'll get their regular feed in the morning like we normally do, no hay. So everything stays the same there. But in the afternoon, we're adding a feeding, a bale of hay each. We don't want to give them more feed. They don't need that. We'll monitor, make sure that weight is holding on. But this is more for their nutrients. We want them to have hay overfeed anyways, so we'll be giving a bale at a time. So that's easy to do the calculations. We know 130, I think 137, we did it divided by 2, ended up being about like 67-ish days. So honestly, that's really just over 2 months. Thankfully, we have great friends that run the feed store down there, and we have quite a bit of hay that we can be getting. It's just we're starting with this because that's the protection that we have. waiting for this to get to temp, I went ahead and got some of that wood stacked up. We're just gonna clean this bad boy off and get the chicken on. So I don't know if you know this or not, but you can smoke on a regular old grill. You don't need anything fancy. All you gotta do is just put your heat away from your flute. So have it over here, and then put your whatever you're cooking way on the cool side, and then you can smoke away. You don't have to have pellet smokers or anything like that. You can do it just like this. Normally I would beer can chicken this, but that is one cap here. I don't have enough room to do that, so we'll leave it like this for probably 2.5 hours and flip it over. But now we just got to monitor the temperature. Now I got the chicken on. Basically just gonna let it hang out. Now I'm gonna work on this camper. We need to winterize it. So I've done a lot of research. Old Graybeard's helped me out. Apparently nowadays you don't put like the trailer antifreeze in it anymore. You just drain it all out and make sure everything's empty. And that's about it. So that's what we're gonna do. Let me know down in the comments, any of y'all that got any travel trailers, campers, stuff like that. What all pieces do you winterize? I'm gonna drain all, make sure all the tanks are empty, leave all the faucets and stuff on so it won't build up pressure, and then drain the hot water heater. And I think that's about all we're gonna do. But let me know down in the comments before it's too late if there's something else I need to be aware of. All right, that is our fresh tank that is draining out. There was just a little bit in there. Got the hot water heater drained out. It has a drain right there. Got both drains opened in the back, the gray and the black. Thankfully nothing was in those, just a little drainage from the gray, thank goodness. The black we cleaned out last time we used it. And then all the faucets are on. I've got every single one of them on, so I'm just gonna let that drain out and I'm gonna call it a day. You're gonna see this before we're gonna hit our hard freeze. Please let me know if there's anything else I need to do. I did all the Googling and stuff and it acted like this was it. Now I will say there's still gonna be like movement in there and we can still put a heater in there if we needed to. But I think this does cover us because there won't be any expansion that's happening with any of that water and we should be good to go. Okay, I found a couple more things. Maybe this will just help you all out if you have one of those. You have your actual fresh water drain right there, which is right underneath where the hot water heater setup is. And then you have some low drain spots that are down here closer to the back. Where are they? Right there. So the hot and the cold, you just want to open those up, make sure they drain out too. Finally got her completely empty. Actually, the last thing I need to do is there's an outdoor shower on the back of these. I gotta go get my keys for it because it's locked. But I want to open those up too. But I think that's the last thing that would have any water hanging up there. Decided to do a little sprinkle on us. But next on the list is getting all these sweet potatoes that y'all saw us harvest. They've cured now, they're good to go into the house. And they're heavy, so I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that. But I got a little crate, I think I'm just gonna do multiple trips. Coming at you. Now that is a lot of sweet taters. Putting it back. A lot.
I'm excited about it though.
I am too. It's gonna be good. Well, that's done, and it started raining, as you all know. I had to get in my t-shirt. It was not cool enough just yet. It's crazy to think tomorrow's gonna be 20-something degrees. But I forgot I got some feed in the back of the truck. Dang it. Thankfully, it didn't rain too much. Okay, got the feed done. And the reason I remember it is because I got my little hatchet in the back of the truck and I wanted to get it out and remember the food. So now, that's done at least, and I think it's all safe. Nothing got too rained on. Jen and I just got done putting some chemicals in the hot tub, which again, I'll tell you, is still the greatest thing any homesteader could ever get. Burned some boxes, and now I want to show you all what we've been doing in the garden. We did some reels and such, but we didn't do a specific video this year because we did last year. So I will link the video down below. But here's what we did. We got our garlic planted. So this year we did, of course, the elephant garlic from Haas Tools and the German white garlic from Haas Tools, which last I checked, they still had a little bit in stock. So if you haven't got any, go to Haas. Well, the link's always down below. You can check it. So we did it in the same ale that we did last year. The only thing we did different, which you do not have to do, this isn't something you need to do for garlic, was we put these hoops and this netting over it. And the only reason we did that was for the cats and the chickens, to keep them out of it. This past year, it was all exposed. The chickens loved digging into that pond and really hurt our garlic harvest. Now, we still had a great harvest out of it, but because of that, it misplaced a bunch of things. So they're just in bed now and they'll stay protected. And once they start growing next year, that's when the chickens leave them alone because they can't get in there as easily. We'll take that off there, but just over winter, we're gonna have it on there to protect them. And then over here, our lettuces are doing really well, as you can tell. And again, same reasoning for this. Coverage is because of the chickens and the cats. But everything's looking really good and growing pretty well. And lastly, in this little part of the garden is we need to do another comfrey harvest. I mean, that stuff grows so fast. It's awesome. We took about 4 bundles, I would say, just a couple weeks ago. And then it just in a couple weeks, bam, completely back. Pretty amazing.
Are we gonna open her up, or we're just gonna sit the bag
Now
in?
you set the bag in.
Is it twisty pull or what?
Is there any instructions that came with it? There we go. Oh, what was that?
What was it?
This thing's busted.
Oh, the keep it fresh thing?
Gosh darn it.
Well, shoot.
By the way, Raylan, is the TV off?
No, it's not off.
It's muted. Mommy's work.
Let's
Actually, turn it down. You have a little body?
Are sure that
Is it gonna fit?
Well, you gotta kind of work it down in there, I think.
No.
I mean, I definitely don't want to just put the ashes in there, right?
Nanny. Come
Babe.
on, Mama.
You know how I'm supposed to do this? No, I'm not dumping it out of this bag. I want it in the bag, but how do I get it in there?
Let's use one of your funnels.
I don't like that.
Hey, well, okay, wait before you do that. If you do that, you're never gonna get it out.
Yeah, you can. I can work it once it's in there. See, now I got-
We can always unwrap
see, now I got
it.
the top right now.
Yeah.
There you go, Nanny. I don't like that top. I'll tell you that much.
All right, she's in there now. It is pretty though.
That is very pretty.
I wouldn't pick it up by the top.
No. All right. It has been an awesome day so far. The rain kind of, but that's all right. We never let that stuff take us down. So we just got done getting Nanny's ashes into her official urn, and that was very sweet, and I enjoyed that. It's good to just have her home. But the chicken is done, and so now it's time to get it shredded up and get ready for dinner. All right, get it all pulled apart, and then this carcass we do not get rid of. So you put that, we're just gonna let it cool down. We'll put it in a bag, put it in the freezer, save it for later when we want to make chicken broth. Dinner was delicious, and now the kids and I are about to go do our evening feeding with the animals, which, like I told y'all earlier, is just hay. So in the evening they feed hay, and they drink a lot of water today. But it's been thirsty, so let's get that done. What?
No.
Man, the camera does not do these colors justice.